Well, hello and welcome everybody. Happy New Year 2019, January 2nd. What an exciting time. Really looking forward to having a huge year with every single one of you. And of course, as always, I really appreciate the time that you're taking being on the training, as well as the time that you're taking to listen to the recording if you're doing that instead, or if you're doing both. That's great too. I'm really excited for the training that Mike has put together for us. Can't wait to see his presentation. And I've put together a few slides as well that I think are going to be great for us to go over. So we'll just go ahead and jump into it. It's an exciting start to the new year, and can't wait to see what 2019 brings. I wanted to take this time to go over some of my favorite tools that I use every single day to build my business, and tools that I think you will find value in to build yours. What I wanted to do is just kind of highlight these tools and then talk about them a little bit. And if anybody needs the direct links, obviously Google is a great way to get them. The first one that I want to talk about is CamScanner. CamScanner is a free phone app. Whether you're using iPhone or Android, if you go to where you get, download the free phone apps, CamScanner is great because it will convert anything to a PDF that's on your cell phone. So you can take a picture of something and share it as a PDF right into your email. It's an app that I use almost every day. I think it's great. It's my favorite phone app. Lightshot. It's that purple feather. It's a free computer screenshot app, something that you have to download on your computer. But what it allows you to do is just grab a portion or the whole screen. And this is how I create a lot of my presentations, PowerPoints. Again, anything that you can light shot, you can save as an attachment or save as a PDF. You could save it, which is great, and use it for anything that you need to. I usually put them onto a PowerPoint, but you can light shot something right into an email or any presentation. PDF Merge. That's just a free website, pdfmerge.com. It allows you to merge as many PDFs as you want into one PDF document. So if you've got, for example, 3 pages that are separate PDFs and you want to get them into one document, real easy to use, very user-friendly. And then MailTrack. That's free. It's a Gmail email tracker. You have to use Gmail and you have to run it through Chrome for it to work. I like to see when people open my emails. It's a very effective tool. I feel like it helps me a lot in my contacts, in my CRM, as well as communicating with people on the team to see when they open my email. And then, of course, our virtual financial CRM. I really, even if you're not a manager or a consultant, you should still be on there using your calendar, blocking out important times like times to make phone calls. For example, today I blocked myself out for an hour where I'm not going to answer emails. I'm not going to do anything but make phone calls and get caught up in the CRM. This is a great time, to follow up with people. A lot of people have been procrastinating towards the end of the year. It's a brand new year. It's time to make phone calls, follow up with everybody. I know I'm going to try to touch on everybody in my CRM myself today and see what they've decided what they're going to do for the new year. And then PowerPoint. Out of all these, this is the only one that actually costs money. I wouldn't say invest in it right now. It is a Microsoft software. I use it for presentations, like the presentation you're seeing right now is done on PowerPoint. I know sometimes they'll give you a free month. I don't think it's a very expensive program. Nothing that you have to worry about unless you're doing presentations yourself. And it seems like somebody unmuted themselves, so I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, and then I'll unmute you all at the end. Okay, perfect. All right, so the next slide that I have are just a few things that have come up that I really wanted to discuss. Like I said, it's the new year. People are thinking about additional streams of income. So I would contact everyone in your CRM. It's a great time to follow up with people, let them know it's the start of a new year, and see what they're going to do. I've had a handful of agents last week told me they're having issues with Firefox specifically as a browser. So if you're having issues, things aren't pulling up, things aren't downloading, things aren't running as they should, try Chrome or Microsoft Explorer, Microsoft Edge, that little blue E. Those are the only two that I have on my computer, and I don't have any issues. So I would say if you don't have Chrome, you definitely need to download that. Microsoft Explorer Edge is optional. And on the company meetings, you're going to find that sometimes they're changing a word here or there, and they send a new version of the SVB to 90 days with all the scripts quite frequently. So if you feel like you have an outdated version, please let me know, and I will send you the latest version that I've received. And I believe that's everything that I had. I was really excited that Diana was going to say a few words. Let me go ahead and make it to where she can star 6. All right, Diana, if you want to star 6, I'm really looking forward to what you have to share with us.
Good morning. Yeah, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect. Go right ahead, honey.
Awesome. Thanks, Alana. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you're at. Team Prosperity 2019. Woohoo, it's finally here. So excited. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, and wishing everyone a great, 2019 here. I know Alana and I chatted a few times already, and we just feel, getting goosebumps because this year is going to be, the biggest, better than any team or any, year we've had so far with Team Prosperity. As we ring in the new year, guys, everyone makes plans, resolutions, different goals. It's the start of a new year, of course. Everybody, trying to focus. This is something I wanted to share that I saw on the news the other morning. It was New Year's Day. My son was up early with me, and we sat there and watched these girls speak about, setting yourself up for the new year. And really interesting, something that I feel ties us to the 12-week year, and everybody that's on the accountability, holding yourself accountable. This is something that was really interesting. I love the reaction my son had because he knows how hard, I work here 12-week year and, keeping yourself going with your goals. So he was super excited, and he said he was going to do it with me. So this is something that's called Word of the Year. And I know Linda Mola, she's got a great business partner, Sherry, that had posted something in regards to this also in our Team Prosperity group, a little bit different. I like the fact that it's broken down, the word that she had posted. So this is just a little bit different, same kind of concept, picking out a word. Choose a word, for the course of your new year. I thought this would help everybody, like I said, for the 12-week year. It's really easy to get distracted and lose that momentum. Just like when we set ourselves up and the new year, January, everybody comes out of the gate, on fire. But by mid to late February, you're losing traction. Maybe you're just finally, giving up because you're not getting there. You're going back to your old ways, old habits. You need something to help you to sustain, get you through the year, even if your goals do change. So the Word of the Year, it's not just, it's not a goal itself. It's what keeps you moving forward towards that goal, like a mantra, an affirmation, something to motivate, inspire you that helps you set your goals in the first place. Make a list of your goals, like we are going to do for the 12-week year anyway, either big or small. It doesn't have to be just with virtual financial, life goals, family goals, anything that you want to set yourself up for the whole year. And what do you need to keep yourself going? So this is like that little reminder. It's a little trick to keep you focused. There's also a website. I was telling Alana about that. You could actually order a bracelet, and it has the one word on it that you choose. So it's your daily reminder. You can always carry it with you. You have it there. So if you just choose a word, it doesn't have to be, something lofty or too out of reach. One lady chose pivot on the news. She knew that if she faces a new challenge in the year, she said that she can't handle, she knows that she could just pivot by looking at that word, just, move on to something that she can overcome. Another woman chose pause, taking a step back, in her life, or, something that, she could basically take a time out, for herself, pausing. I chose impact. My word, I really wanted to focus on something where I can have the most impact for my family, my career, my life. My son chose Achieve. I know he's a little mastermind behind his Legos there. He just did another Super Whammy Lego set yesterday, creating and building. So I think he's setting himself up for some goals, you know, with his creativity. So I would just like everyone, you know, to choose a word here at Team Prosperity, especially those of you on the 12-week year group that's coming up. Choose a word, put it somewhere that's your reminder. I have mine taped to my desk here. I look at it every day now. You know, I can just pick my head up, you know, as I'm typing, and I just study my word and know that's what's going to keep me going here, keep me focused, getting me to, you know, senior vice president here in the first quarter. Mike's, you know, really trying to up my game, you know, help me out with those goals. So, you know, just keep it with you where you can look at, you know, as your reminder. And like I said, I can always post something in the Facebook group too. So just hope everybody has an amazing rest of their week, and hope this helps you out and get yourself going for the new year. So let's kick some butt, guys. This is just the start of your, you know, big book. That's, you know, 365 days. Well, no, -2. So, you know, let's just get going, and let's all write ourselves a great novel for this year. So hope everybody has an amazing week. Mike and Alana, back to you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Diana. You know, I think that's brilliant. I guess my one word would be action, because I can spend a lot of time just doing busy work, but really I've just got to get busy and have activity, and you know, action would be my word. I want to have more, you know, structured activity and getting more organized, and getting better at my time management, which is probably one of my biggest things that, you know, holds me back, is my time management. So that's just great stuff, Diana. I love it. And give me just 1 second. Let me grab Mike. I'm really looking forward to his presentation. Give me just 1 second.
All right, guys, 2019. Hope you guys are absolutely ready to crush these next 24 months, whether you've heard me 4 years ago, if you were around, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 1 month, 1 week ago. I've always targeted the next 24 months as a huge explosive opportunity for the company to grow, of course, but with you guys throwing in the right type of action, effective effort, to have a nice multiplier effect and really take this next 24 months and build something where it's going to be the core nucleus of what eventually will eventually be a very, you know, free-flowing organization that has nationwide distribution of financial services. You get there by doing the day-to-day activity, no matter where you are in your organizational build-out. We've talked about this the last few weeks. I just wanted to reiterate the fact that the next 90 days on the platform, you do have an opportunity to get what's called a point multiplier. January, all your points multiplied by 1.8. February, 1.35, and March, 1.2. So whether you're working on bonus structures as a senior vice president, whether you're trying to get to senior vice president, whatever you're trying to do, you've got an extra boost here that will really help you. So use the next 90 days. We tried to intertwine this with the 12-week year, some other stuff to really get you guys going. Take advantage of this. This is not going to come around too often, if ever again. So really, you know, understand what this is. If you have any questions, let us know. Also, the basketball tournament. You know, this is a way, like we've talked about for the last several weeks, to break the monotony of the everyday tasks that you have to do to build this business out. And like we talked about, whether you've been here for a day or a year, you can compete with each other because it's all about direct activity. Direct partner hire, qualified business partner coming in, 2 points. A standard track exchange that you accept from a partner, free throw, 1 point. And a fast track exchange that you accept from a partner is a 3-pointer. It begins the exact same day as the 12-week year, which is this coming Monday, January the 7th, and it runs through the end of the NCAA tournament on April the 7th. So make sure you understand. If you guys have any questions about that, let us know. You'll see stuff start to pop up in the Facebook group. It's a great way to get a little bit of team competition going. Inspires you and pushes you guys to even do better than you probably could. And remember, a $100 gift card goes to the partner that ends up winning the tournament. Also, guys, the 12-week year, we've talked about this plenty. change your life with a 12-week year. Get more out of 12 weeks than other people probably could for the entire year. It's going to take effort. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take reflection. And to be quite honest with you, like everything else that you see that goes around, whether it's this business or life in general, you have a lot of people sign up for something. You have a small percentage of those people actually complete it to the end. If you're in that small percentage that can complete this to the end, you're going to find out that it's going to dramatically start to help your business. And really, we're looking for people, if this is your first time around, like we talked about, to complete this to the end. Starts this coming Monday, January the 7th. We'll go ahead and announce some of the WHAM group leaders, the weekly accountability meeting leaders that will be heading up your smaller groups. If you have any questions at all going forward, those will be the people that you go to. Of course, will be available as well. And remember, it's all about, setting yourself up. Don't get to January the 7th and start scrambling around and try to fill in these worksheets half-heartedly. We'll post the worksheets in the Facebook group today. If you have any questions at all, but don't get on a path that you're already behind everybody else. Reread the book, finish reading the book wherever you are, get through that by the end of this weekend, get your activity sheets filled out with your goals. If you need any help, like I said, just let us know. One of the biggest mistakes that anybody can do with a 12-week year, this business, anything that you want to do in your life, whether it's business, personal, relationship, you've got to have a clear, concise vision of why you're going to do this. Why did I get out of bed this morning? Why have I already made phone calls? Why have I already sent emails? Why have I already posted things? It's because I understand why I'm doing this. I understand what I want my life to look like as a whole, and then over the next 3 years, I have stuff that I clearly want to see happen, and that translates into a vision that allows me to go and break these goals down over the next 12 weeks, which can then break the goals down into activity that I master on a day-in, day-out basis, or I don't master on a day-in and day-out basis. Whatever it is, the reset clock for the next day. And we're going to score ourselves at the end of the week, and then whatever those scores are, good, bad, or ugly, you feed off of that, share it with the group, but like I said, it starts with a vision. If you go into this without a clear vision that you feel that really gets you excited, you're going to fall flat. So make sure you have the right vision. It starts with a vision. You're going to break those down into the 12-week goals that you want to accomplish over this period. That's then broken down into weekly goals, and that's broken down into the weekly actions. You've got the worksheet. You keep up with this, and make goals that are going to allow you to have the most control over, depending on where you are in the business. And this is very important because I saw this as a mistake that a few people made last time around. You created goals that you didn't have enough control over. So if you are new in this business, or if you haven't established a steady stream of cash flow in this business yet, don't concentrate on cash flow. What you want to be targeting is two things: is the goals that are surrounded around activity that you can control. Because remember, we talked about this last week. If you guys weren't on the meeting last week, it's all about the 12-week year. The activity is a leading indicator, and there's leading and lagging indicators. The leading indicators is the activity that you control that's going to eventually lead to what you're looking for anyway, the cash flow. So concentrate on goals you have control over that each and every day you can go out and make happen. So what's your business? This is important. And if you're talking to the outside marketplace, potential clients, potential business partners, there's a lot of different things that we have going on. The two main ones are financial literacy, and our company is involved in digital disruption. Now, when you look internally at what your business is really about contacting people, whether it be potential clients, potential business partners, going out there, opening up conversations that lead into possible videos, that lead into potential outcomes as a business partner, a client, or neither. So on the outside, you're looking at people evaluating your business from a couple of different vantage points, but inside, internally, you're looking at this business. Your business is about contacting people. It won't be like that forever, but getting this business built is about contacting people. If you're not contacting people, it's not getting built. So you're never going to get to the distribution side of the business if you don't build it on the front end. So make sure you're making the effective contacts every day. And visualize your digital business as a traditional physical business. Let's say that we weren't online. Let's say that we weren't virtual. Let's say we were running a traditional, let's say, retail store. Well, you've got to look at the fact that if I didn't know what you were selling and I didn't know what your prices were and I didn't know anything about your business and I just sat outside your business, you've got a couple people strolling in from every once in a while versus if I sat outside your business and there was a constant flow of people coming through that business, very easy for me to say who's got the more successful business. And like I said, I don't have to know anything about the business other than the foot traffic. So that's very important because when you take your business and you visualize it as something else, it allows you to go back to our digital business and realize that that tier one up top, that's the front door to your business. If you have nobody coming in your front door, doesn't matter what great products you have, doesn't matter what great business opportunity you have, it's not going to really be anything that amounts to much, which is going to get you frustrated. So you've got to have people coming in that front door that will allow you to open up the necessary conversations from the tier one contact, the tier one confirm, the tier one ABC that leads to potential outcomes. So the front door of your business, remember, the more people that are coming through, the more people that you're greeting, the more people that you're getting videos out to, the better opportunity you're going to have enough of that flowing through the rest of the system of this business to get what you're looking for. And you've got to prospect with a purpose. Don't just be out there prospecting just for the sake of having activity. Understand what you're trying to do. And this is really not about how much you know about the business yet. It's about how confident you are. And we've developed a system where you can get short, to-the-point messages across to the other side, which leads them to what we want, whether it's client videos, business partner videos, whatever it might be. Somebody in a two-way conversation is going to be the most confident. Whoever that person is going to lead the other person. It needs to be you. Now remember, we don't push people into buying products. We don't push people into the business opportunity, but we do want to develop what's called a yes formula. The more videos that you can have people watch, once again, going back to the front door of our business, the more people are going to come through, get exposed to what you have to offer, which opens up more and more conversations that lead to potential outcomes that we talked about. So prospect with a purpose. And you've got to keep in mind, you're important. You might have 0 business partners, 0 clients. It might be your first day here. You're important, though. Act accordingly. Don't let other people waste your time. Direct them to what you want them to do. If they won't do it, move on. Be able to sell your ability to help someone by getting or reaching them to a certain point, whether it's a client, whether it's a business partner, we're a solutions-based company. Make sure you intertwine that into your conversations. Let people know that you're here to assist them getting to whatever they want on their side. And then compounding. It takes time, whether it's money, whether it's a business. It's all about the efforts of what you're doing right now. You can't quit the process. 30 days in, 30 days out, coming back in, checking in, having activity, not having activity, it's not going to work. Once you press this pedal, continue to press it for a period of time. Eventually, you can let off of it, and eventually you don't have to press it at all. But in the beginning, it's got to be floored to the max for a period of time. Compounding is what it's all about. Give your efforts time to really root out and build what you're looking for. Your job on the front end is to attract people, whether it's business partners, whether it's clients. A business partner could be a client could become a business partner. But you need to learn how to talk to both of these types of people. You need to learn what we have to offer, why we offer it, and why people need it. Contacts, that tier one contacts, the amount of people that you're talking to, they're like bricks, and it's going to build what you want. Eventually, when you have enough bricks and you have a foundation built and then a building built, you're going to house people in that building. Without a building, nobody's going to congregate inside nothing, a dirt patch. So those bricks are the contacts. The more contacts, the more bricks you lay, the building's going to get built, and you're going to house an organization in that building. So make sure you understand every day contacting people, talking to people, being excited about what you do to help a client or a business partner is going to come out in the communication and contacts. And then frame everything you do, whether you're talking about the opportunity or the product. Why are you talking to somebody about The 3 legs of retirement. Why are you talking to somebody about the rule of 72? Why are you talking to somebody about this business opportunity? When you frame it, it helps you and it helps the other side understand why. So we're looking for people who have a reason to do something, whether it's take action on their finances, whether it's take action on a business opportunity. We're actually looking for people who are indirectly looking for us. That's what we do on the front side. When you frame that correctly, helps people understand, why are you contacting me? Why are we having this communication and conversation? We're also expanding. Why are we expanding? We're not just hiring people for the sake of hiring people to say that we have X amount of people in our organization. We're expanding because of a number of reasons. To help assist with the growth, because we're spreading financial literacy, because we're introducing people to tools and strategies they didn't know existed. If they did not know that it existed, other people don't. We need help spreading that word. So we're expanding, understand why, and understand how to frame that conversation to potential business partners. Ask for referrals. If you've done a good job with a client on any part of their finances and they appreciate what you've done, ask for referrals, guys. Word of mouth is the best business building method that you can have out there. So don't neglect or don't, steer away from asking for referrals. If you've done a good job, frame it correctly, ask for referrals, but like I said, ask in a way that it makes sense to the other side. And then finally, set up conversations that lead, like we were just talking about, to a yes result for the videos. Remember, we're not pushing people into products. We're not pushing people into the business opportunity, but we do want to push people to watch the products to try to educate clients, try to educate business partners that lead to future conversations where we can start to sort these individuals out. Remember, you're going to have very soon access to a lot more in terms of great education and product videos when you start to frame it around, why am I sending these videos out to these people? Why do they need to watch these videos? It's going to make a lot more sense in terms of helping them understand why you want them to watch these videos. Also, on the client side, what are we doing? I mean, really, people have financial problems. Our company helps solve those problems. Once again, it's all about framing the conversation. Are people financially literate in this country? Most people are financially illiterate in this country. So when you frame it around that, you frame it around that we have solutions to help people in this environment, whether it be a business opportunity or a product side, helps understand from both sides what you're trying to do. And like we said, it could be business, could be product, could be a combination of both. And education comes to both your partners as they get trained, as well as clients when they come in. We give away free financial needs analysis, free education, no cost, no obligation. Learn how to frame it like we talk about. Your results are going to start to pick up in terms of the amount of people you're actually talking to that have filters in place. And remember, stuff like the rule of 72, what is the rule of 72? A lot of people don't know. So if I'm pushing out a rule of 72 video, that's exactly why I'm asking you to watch this, because you don't know, right? And then the rule of 72 does not work with negative numbers. If we're out there just blindly throwing money at vehicles with a hope and a pray mentality, and we get caught up in market volatility, corrections, bear markets, rule of 72 is thrown out the window. It does not work with negative numbers. It works on a stair-step approach where I know if I earn an interest rate over a period of time, for example, 9% divided by 72, my money's doubling in 8 years. Well, it can't double if there's losses in there. So understand how to talk to people, understand how to frame your conversation, and get what you want out of the other side. Also, living benefits. 3 big concerns in one simple solution. It's the crusade for the client side of our business. If you're passionate about living benefits, if you understand the need in today's society for living benefits, you can go out there and you can frame your conversation and get more people to watch the videos, open up more conversations, and that's going to lead to more product sales. The passion starts with you, and then it's transferred through emotion to the other side. If you come out half dead talking about insurance products, nobody's going to listen to you. And then the percent chances from age X to Y that chronic or critical will happen, it's astronomical when you get around certain age groups. People that don't think that these things are going to happen to them, that's fine. But the statistical analysis shows otherwise. Your job to educate them But like we talk about, not so much the risk, because we all think it's not going to happen to us, but what is today in terms of the consequence? If something happened to us yesterday, what does today look like for our family, for our finances, for us? It's all about getting something into place that helps protect, gives us a fighting chance. So going back to that question that we had earlier, why are we expanding? We're expanding to make sure people have access to the best tools, products, strategies they didn't know existed. And once again, if they didn't know existed, how many other people do they know don't know it existed? That's why we're expanding, to spread the word, spread the strategy, spread the products that can really help people. And guys, GoFundMe, I mean, I hate to talk bad about this, but if you look at what's going on, I mean, it essentially, equates to modern day panhandling. You got people, you've got your kids out there that are online essentially begging for money. We've got products that are affordable, that can help, offer bridges to capital, whether it be a premature death, whether it be a life event, getting sick, getting hurt, any of these things that's covered. We want to put people in a position where they're self-reliant, they take care of themselves. And when we do that for people and they understand the value, goes back, who else do you know that I can help or potentially help just like I helped you? Do you see the value of what I've done for you? Let's get some other people in your inner circle on some of these screen shares to educate them and make sure they've had the same opportunity as you. Serious commitment. I think that we get a little bit caught up in terms of serious commitment being hourly. It's not about that. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago. If you've got a serious commitment, it's about activity, it's about accountability, it's about reflection. So a team tracker, if you're building a team, you need to know where those people are in the process. What have they done? What have they not done? And what you need to supply from your side to make sure they're getting pushed through to get on the other end, which is building, revenue, income. And also the activity sheet. So one is from a manager standpoint, and then another one's from an independent kind of marketer consultant aspect in terms of what am I doing? How am I setting an example for myself? So then other people come in, they look at me, and they see what I'm doing. It's going to give a positive and a straightforward example of what they need to do. And like I said, it doesn't matter about the hours. You could spend 15 hours or you could spend 50 hours a week. Serious commitment comes from not the hours, but what you're actually doing with those hours. That's very important. So the activity sheet, we talk about this plenty of times. One of my goals on the activity sheets for this year and the accountability sheet is to drive this up to 100 people actively participating. It's going to take some work. I'm going to work on that. It's one of my goals. Am I going to make it? Who knows? But I'm going to work very hard to work with the managers who are going to work with the people coming in to make sure they understand. It's a key part of our business. If you know what you do, know what results those get, very easy to scale an organization, an operation for yourself, teach other people how to do the same. And the team tracker, we just talked about this. You need to know where people are, what they've done, what they haven't done, and what you're supposed to do as a manager to help them. If you don't know how to use the team tracker, there's a YouTube video on my channel, specifically goes through, it's called Team Tracker, tells you exactly how to fill this out, how to put people, if they've dropped out, moved, didn't pass the test, into a separate category. So you've got always at real time, any moment that you pull this up, you've got a bird's eye view of what's going on in your organization. And really, as a manager, you need to help your team by setting the example to follow, like we just talked about, and by also help monitoring your team. This isn't a situation where you sign people up and you forget about them. If we ask about somebody and your response is who, that's a problem. Know who's in your organization and then know who's working, who's not working. It's very easy. I'm going to put some time, energy, resource, and investment behind this person because I think it's going to have a return. This person, on the other hand, I'm going to try to get them back on the right track, but I can only spend limited time because they haven't done a number of variables that I need them to do. Also, on team trainings, whether you guys start running your own, whether it's the Tuesday, Saturday, whether it's the Wednesday, part of your job as a manager to run or attend a meeting is to get partners that are under you, making sure they have access to the meetings, make sure they're making the meetings. So part of your goal should be, okay, if I've got a team of 10 and I've got 7 that are actively working, you need to make sure those people are making it to the meetings. This isn't a physical, traditional brick and mortar build out. The more connection that you can have to the company, to the team, to the organization, the easier it is going to feel intertwined and connected to the overall process. The less that you're connected to this process, the team, the organization, the easier it is to drift. And then if you drift too far, white space starts showing up on the calendar. You feel like, oh, this isn't for me. I can't do this. This isn't working. I'm just going to quit. Remember, quitting is one of the easiest things that anybody ever can do. And it's going to take a learning curve. You need to understand that for yourself as a manager. You need to understand that coming in as a brand new person. And you need to understand that for the people that come in after you. Adversity does not build character. It reveals it. During the learning curve, you're going to make mistakes as an advisor. You're going to make mistakes as a manager. You're going to make mistakes as a consultant. The key is to correct as many of those mistakes early on, so when many more people are counting on you, those mistakes aren't being made. Learning curve really comes from a marketer standpoint and a builder standpoint. I view that the CEO 10 Club is your first real badge as getting past the learning curve, because you now know a lot of the tier 1 activity, how to do that. Now you're feeling more comfortable on the phone, more comfortable in conversations. You know what type of help you have from your upline and your managers. You're knowing what works, what doesn't work, maybe why you brought this person in, they weren't a good fit, or maybe why you brought this person in, they were a good fit. This 10 Club is a huge part of the learning process, really sets forth going past 10, knowing what you want, how to get it, how to ask for it, and how to effectively manage those people. And really, if any kind of sport that you're looking at, it's all about coming in and having one great year. It's about the longevity. So do it well, do it consistently over a long period of time. If you can do that for yourself, teach other people. And we talk about a long period of time. We're not talking about decades. We're just talking about a number of years here to get this built. We've got a huge cash flow asset. So our Hall of Fame is a cash flow asset with passive income that continues to grow across this country, pay you very well, and set you up for what you want, which, going back to the very first of this presentation, is your vision. Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to make this money? What does my life look like? How do I want to live? And we took the poll, and I told you guys we would discuss this. So first place in the poll was producing revenue and income. Pretty straightforward. It's always on people's mind. How do I make more money? How do I get more revenue? How do I get more income? Well, you want to look at that through the approach of having activity and recruiting. One of the things that you can help for your partners as well as yourself is really learn how to help develop that launch campaign. And be honest with people. You know, those 20 names that go in, we can get absolutely nothing out of that. At least it teaches you tier 1 activity, and at least it teaches you how to get in the CRM, effectively use it, put in notes, assign things, update your task, put things on calendars. So at a bare minimum, it's going to get that. Outside of that, we could have both a headhunting and a recruiting opportunity. We could have some product sales that come through that. Now, outside of that, social media, cold market, if you lead with recruiting, it's going to funnel into a lot of different things because people come in open markets. Maybe the business through the recruiting is not the right point or not the right opportunity for them at this time. And it opens up client sales side conversations as well. So clients, business partners, sales, revenue, growth, income, promotion, bonuses, trips. Eventually a monster organization with business activity coast to coast comes through recruiting. Now, sometimes you can actually use what we've got coming down the pipeline with WealthWave to recruit from the product side by educating people and letting them know, hey, this is what we're doing. This is our mission statement. This is why we're expanding. Watch this video. Did you know this was possible? Did you know this was the environment? Did you know this was available? That's why we're expanding. That's why we need to get the word out. So recruiting can come from a multitude of different standpoints, but you're always leading with the opportunity to open conversations that will lead into a number of outcomes that we're looking for. And I know I've just forced this, guys, on you so many times, but I can't, implore you to understand this opportunity anymore. It's one of the biggest marketplaces I've ever seen, whether it be going out there and talking to people, whether it be opening up conversations on social media that are geared towards, certain types of people, CPAs, real estate agents, other marketers, it doesn't matter where it comes from. You should always be concentrated on the fact that if somebody's paying X amount for insurance per month and they can medically qualify for an upgrade to get a far better vehicle with a lot more benefits for around the same price, it's one of the easiest sales that you can make because no new money, reallocation of funds to a better vehicle, $41 billion market, 1/10 of 1% of that marketplace is almost a $50 million market for your organization. The bell curve shows that we haven't even really touched this market as an industry. You guys are on the forefront of this. Go out there, open conversations, make sure you know how to intertwine it into your marketing, into your conversations. A lot of people out there do not know living benefits exist. That's why I'm talking to you. That's why our business is expanding. That's why I want to get in front of you to see if you qualify for the additional benefits, for the monthly savings, if you're affected by this, and how I can possibly help you. Second place on this poll came from time management. And when you look at time management, guys, really don't plan the day. Don't say, oh, I think the best time to call is going to be between 5 and 7 p.m. Because what happens is if you plan to do anything, the day gets away from you. So the best time to call, the best time to do the things that you need to do are right now when you're thinking about them. Don't try to contemplate when's the best time to call, when's the best time to post. Get your things done, and then if you get through the end of the day and you've got a lot of free time left, you can circle back around and revisit even more activities. Time management is most people's number one problem. If you get a handle on your own time management, effective time management, and you can run your own day, once again, it's not just about you. What can you pass down to the people that come in underneath you to provide a better experience, to provide a better structure? It's going to get them to their end goals, their vision. That's going to fuel your success on the back end as well. Also, I mean, we've got some incredible tools that really help you with effective time management. You know, we've got the 12-week year coming up. We've got the activity sheets. And you've also got this CRM. Now, I'm not going to read through this entire thing, but the CRM allows you as an inviter, manager, and consultant to organize your day, organize your follow-up, pick out what's important. That's a defined, concrete thing that you have to do, goes on your calendar, other tasks for event by the date, stuff that you haven't finished yet, an unfinished task. It's all right here laid out for you. This is one of the best tools that we have. The brains of our operation will allow you to get things done in a very orderly way. You don't use it effectively, you don't learn how to use it, you're going to be handicapped versus the other people that come in that actually put the time, effort into learning how to effectively use this. And the blame game. Time management is all about having, a self-reflection of yourself. What's going on? There's 3 ways to fail. You can complain about everything, and that means that if people are coming to your organization and aren't doing anything and you're using that as a crutch to not do anything, well, now you're allowing other people to have influence directly in your end result, your life that you want, that you're trying to set up. Blaming others for your problems and never be grateful. Be grateful about the opportunity you have. Be grateful about your health if you have it right now. Be grateful about the things that you do have and use that as motivation to fuel things that you want for yourself and your family as well. If it's up to me, it's up to me. You got to own this. And we talked about this, time and time and time again in the past. You can get the same results if you do the same thing and have the same mindset. Or you can press pause for a minute, take a little bit of time to actually figure out what you want in life. That's your vision, how to get there, break it down, and own it. So you can do the same thing as last year and get the same results, or you can change things and have it be game on. All right, so effective follow-up came in third, and that was over 20% of the participants had effective follow-up with a problem. Well, that comes to effective communication. And once you get into a routine of doing stuff, you don't have to think, what should I do with this lead next? Because you know exactly what to do with it. But you can't skip over any part of the process. You've got to send the emails out. You've got to send the social media messages out if appropriate. You've got to pick up that phone call and actually try to connect with people. And you've actually got to use the text as well. If you get into the habit of having an effective communication schedule that incorporates all of these things, you'll resolve leads. And once again, we don't care about the outcome of the lead on an individual basis. What we care about is the process of going through this with enough leads coming through that front door, your tier 1, you're going to find what you're looking for. If you skip over making the phone calls just to email, shortchanging yourself, shortchanging your organization, and you're prolonging what eventually will be the end result. You don't want to prolong distribution. We want to run towards distribution as fast as we can. It's going to help you get there. And then remember, you've got the text, emails, and voicemails. I created a prospect communication schedule that's flexible and interchangeable. I don't care if you use it, use parts of it, make your own. Just have a defined strategy and a schedule to follow that allows you to resolve leads. If you go into the CRM and you're staring at a lead for a minute thinking about what should I do next, well, you've got to think. That adds up over time to be a lot of wasted time. Just fly through these. I think one of the things that we have in the beginning is a sense of value of a lead created. A lead created has little to no value. Enough leads created will give us the process of sifting through these to dump, resolve, communicate, and then sometimes get them into that circle as a client, as a partner, and that has its own set of filters that will take care of itself, gets us one of the outcomes we're looking for. And remember, follow-up skills, it is a must. It's going to separate the high earners from the low earners, the big builders from the small builders, increase the conversion of resolved leads, not dumped for non-communication. You resolve the leads, you're going to find what you're looking for. And like I said, dumping because of non-communication is not the same as a resolved lead. An effective follow-up is an absolute. You're going to fail without. A lot of people that I see coming through the organization that work for a period of time and drift out, when I go in their CRM, they created a lead. They might not have ever contacted that lead, maybe tried one time. You guys give up too easy on the follow-up and the resolution of the leads. That's going to separate, like I said, the big builders from the small builders, or the people that quit from the people that are successful. Follow-up is a make or a break for your business. Make it happen. Also, marketing and lead generation. If you look at, for example, Mike and Chris have been talking about their base shop growth recently. Well, now I understand if you come in this organization, this business, you have no discretionary income to spend, that's one thing. I'm not talking to you. But if you have a budget that you want to set forth for marketing, it's only going to help you because you want to create inbound marketing. Cold calling people is a tough sled. Now, it might be necessary in the beginning to open up enough of that tier one contact to feed that circle, but eventually you want to talk to people that have been exposed to your information, that have a good idea about maybe you, your business, your products, whatever it is, and now by being exposed on the front end makes the conversations a lot more warm, makes the leads a lot more easier to resolve, makes the follow-up attempts in terms of the communication and contact much higher contact rate. So you get there by taking a look at what you have. Now, if you've got a budget of $25 per month that you can spend on marketing, well, guess what? If you throw that in a Facebook advertising campaign without really knowing how that works, it's going to be sucked up. You're not going to get anything out of it. Maybe it would be better for you to take your $25 a month in advertising budget and post a classified ad on Craigslist. Once again, my job is to help you guys. So there's all types of things that we can help you with. Posting, making sure your ads don't get ghosted, making sure that they're effective, making sure that you're requiring the other side to communicate with you, not just pushing out links and landing pages where you have no control and you don't capture the data. I think $35 is in the bigger metropolitan areas, $25 in the smaller areas. That could be an answer on a small budget. Also, if your budget's a little bit bigger, ad posting is still a great way to get inbound contacts coming in, people sending their resumes, people calling you, people emailing you that are interested to learn more about what you're offering. So you can see right here, Glassdoor has single job postings. They have 3 job slots, 10 job slots. I don't know what your budget is, but as you grow bigger in your organization, as your cash flow grows bigger, you should take a small percentage of that cash flow and reinvest it into your business. Remember, every business looking to grow is having some investment on the front side. If it's not affordable for you right now, no big deal. Save up for it. If it is, let's talk about getting some marketing going. In our entire organization, we're mostly doing this with organic growth, which is great. The way that you can really put this into another level is by opening up more marketing funnels that allow you to get what you're looking for, which is more tier one contacts, more people to communicate with. It could also be something that you start off with. If you have zero budget for advertising right now, Indeed has free job postings. Now, they take the free job posting, they try to upsell you with, sponsored job ads, but once again, you can start off with a free ad. So what is your budget? What do you have to spend it on? And why would you spend it on that? Make sure it makes sense. And you're going to judge the return on investment for that particular advertising. Same thing with ZipRecruiter. They've got, a great platform that you can go out and advertise correctly, advertise within the terms and guidelines they set. We will help you guys. Any type of posting that you want to do, any type of language you need help with, we're here to help you. And then LinkedIn Recruiter, at $120 a month, they've got ad credits in there you can start off with. This is all about, like I said, if you have money to advertise with, let's pick out something that's going to be effective for you, that you understand and you're comfortable with using. If you don't have ad money, use that as a vision, as a goal. As you start to make money in this organization, cipher off a small percentage and build that advertising funnel so you have enough going through that. Now back to the basics in social marketing systems in VFG Pro. Craigslist text and tips. Inside that section, guys, there's a lot of pre-approved advertising, but also there is a great list of classifieds in there. Some of those, all you have to do is create a free account and you can post. Is it going to get a result? I don't know. If you have enough of those things going, probably you will get some result. Outside of that, you can also Google best free classifieds for job postings. There's a lot of research that you can do. And then the co-op and text advertising programs, the company runs a co-op that's $200 a month. You get X amount of leads from that per month. I don't know what the average is right now. You get a good amount, and that's to feed that front-end funnel. But if you're willing to do the research, put in some time and test different ads, marketing approaches to create inbound lead generation, going to help you, going to help your partners get to everybody's organization and personal goals a lot quicker. And then social media. As we move forward this coming year, I want you guys to understand that social media can be a huge marketplace for you. But if you're just starting, don't understand the platforms, don't just blindly throw money at these vehicles and these platforms because you're not going to get the return on investment. In the coming weeks and months, we're going to talk more about social media advertising, what they offer, how to effectively do ads, how to set a budget per day, and then we'll help you guys out with this. But like I said, if you're just starting, your concentration is on LinkedIn to understand that platform and understand if you're going to invest into marketing, what's going to be the most effective for you at this point. And this is what you want. You want advertising coming from a lot of different sections and platforms because that's going to feed that front-end funnel that's going to allow you to really have enough people to talk to from enough different platforms, enough different advertising going out there that now your CRM starts to fill out. Now when you go to the task and event by the date, you've got people to talk to, new leads, old leads, working leads, and that's going to get you what you're looking for. Also, a couple people have asked me about this. This is a very raw tool, Facebook List Builder. It is $27, but if you exit out of the page, they'll come up with a flash, drop it down to $17. Being a raw tool means that you can't really say, I only want US. You can't put a lot of filters on this. You can put a keyword, you can search for that keyword, and then fetch for as long as you want that running as many email addresses off LinkedIn profile or all Facebook profiles that circle around that particular keyword. If you have any questions about that, let me know. And then also partner retention and activation. This is important. The top of the funnel is about the activity and process to generate prospective producers, partners, whatever you want to call them. The middle of the funnel is the activities that actually are going to start to convert those leads into partners, contracts, working agents, working partners. And the bottom of the funnel is the all-important one. How do I get my partners activated? How do I retain them? How do I get them up off the ground, gaining traction, making money so they're excited about this and they stick around? Well, you can see you have high-quality traffic. That's what we want, and a systematic follow-up procedure that, gets you A, B, or C, partner, client, or neither. And that's profile and targeting, traffic generation, conversations, contracting, and then the actual activation and the retention of the partners. The problem is that, whether we are in the front end of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, or the end of the funnel, there's always problems that occur. When you know how to identify those problems early on, whether it be your problem, the partner's problem, as you get better and better and better at doing this, you start to profile. You start to pick out people that maybe would be a great fit, not a great fit, and the people that are a great fit, that are willing to work at this, you need to spend some time with them to help them make the money. Remember, even if you look at this as let's say a 36-month, and this is just on a producer, this is somebody just coming into an agency as a producer, you have to look at what that person's worth to you over a long period of time. Now, we're not making money at the backs of the expense of other people. Those people getting in, they're coming in trained, supported, they get a lot of things from us, but when you are a builder, you've got to look at what you potentially gain or what you potentially lose in any partner, and then realize that a producer versus a builder, you stand far more to gain or to possibly lose when you're talking about a builder. Also, strategy call, intro social media call will be recorded in the coming weeks. I'm waiting for the new CMS to be released so I can intertwine the training on how to use that with the typical strategy call. It'll be a nice video where now your partners can go from the post Tier 6 video to the strategy video to the social media video, stop it, start it, rewind it, pause it, whatever they need to do to make sure they get the most out of that. That'll be released in the coming weeks. And then this Saturday, January 5th, I will help any of you guys that need help. You don't have to come in and stay for long periods of time. You can come in the office. I'm going to open it at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and you can come in, ask your question, voice your concern, get the clarification you need, hop off. It's not a mandatory meeting. It's just going to be a quick open forum where anybody that needs help going into January the 7th, this coming Monday, I offer my assistance to make sure you guys are ready, hit the ground running with the 12-week year. I hope you guys are ready for this year. It's going to be a tremendous year. But like I said, you've got to make it work. You can't just sit back and be a spectator at this because you're going to watch a lot of people pass you up. You're going to get frustrated. We've got about 2 minutes left. Let me really quickly show you. It works best on Chrome. When you have your Facebook list builder installed, and when you click on this, first thing you're going to do is enter a keyword. So maybe I'm looking for insurance agent. And then I'm going to search for that. And then basically what's going to happen is it's going to, exit out. And then I reopen that. And now it's got the original keyword. And now I can start to scroll. And when you're scrolling, what's happening, it's going through a lot of different things on Facebook that are happening to look for that keyword. And you can see right here, I'm searching only for Gmail accounts. So however long I run this for, 30 seconds, 30 minutes, 3 hours, that will effectively, have an endpoint where I can stop and then I can fetch the email addresses. And there was not enough emails found. We just let it go for a number of seconds. But when you leave this going for 5, 10, 15 minutes, what's going to happen is, and when you fetch that, it's going to give you a list. Now, what you need to do for that list is copy that onto a Word document, a spreadsheet. If you're using a raw tool like this, I highly suggest that you don't use your personal email. You set up an additional email that's connected to your personal, because when you have GMass, doesn't matter. As long as that account is associated with you, you can use GMass on any one of the accounts. That way it doesn't affect your personal grading of your email, and that way it doesn't get stopped or blocked because you have too many, unverified emails, accounts not found, whatever it might be. So once again, that's a raw tool if you need help. Other than that, you guys, building your email list, unfortunately with the new legislation in Europe, you can't just pull your LinkedIn contacts with the emails. You can still pull their name, phone number, all of that stuff. So if I've got 20 new connections today in LinkedIn and I go through and I send them that connection message, maybe I take an extra 3 to 5 minutes to go through each one of those down the list, click on their picture, go to their profile, go to their contact information. If they have an associated email, I'll go ahead and grab that, add it to my list. So once again, all of these little things that you can possibly do, it's going to greatly help you go in the future. Guys, 2019 is your year to build something that really starts to take market share from the traditional marketplace, have it flow over to the digital side, and with that much disruption and this big of an industry, that much money on the move, sky's the limit, guys. So if you got questions now, by all means, ask them. If you need help on a private basis, we're available. Once again, the office will be open this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Any 12-week year help you guys need, just let us know.
That was some really, really great training. So anyways, I just have one more announcement. I totally forgot that Mike's YouTube channel is a great asset that I also use every single day. If you don't know how to get to it, any email he sent you, including the one to me here right now, in his signature there's a little YouTube icon. And if you go into the different playlists, there's a Team Prosperity playlist with all kinds of great videos he's made. There's also a playlist for training, as well as a playlist for the Wednesday trainings that are about social media specifically. So at this point, I'm going to stop the recording and then we'll open up the floor.